I love seeing the messages from the clients when they're done with us. They're like, thank you so much for sticking with me, even when I, had
I yelled
a
at
bad
you.
day. Even when I
We've had that.
you.
Even when I yelled at you and I was so mad, and now I understand your response. It wasn't the one I wanted to hear.
Yeah, we'll never tell you what you want to hear. We'll tell you what you need to hear. Welcome to the Clear Skin Chronicles, the podcast that takes you on a journey to uncover the secrets of achieving glowing, acne-free skin. We believe that knowledge is power, and by understanding the root causes of acne, we can create a solid foundation for long-lasting clear skin. I'm Katie Stewart, registered holistic nutritionist and founder of the Clear Skin Solution, where we help women just like you get to the root cause of their acne.
And I'm Chris Brown, registered holistic nutritionist and program director inside the Clear Skin Solution. Through functional testing, we pinpoint where the body system imbalances lie, so we can dive deep into the acne clearing journey.
We work virtually with clients to clear up their skin from the inside out and have helped thousands of women worldwide regain their confidence. So a few times a year, Chris, we like to poll our Instagram audience to say, hey, we're recording our Ask the Nutritionist. What do you want to know? And we did that a few weeks ago. And we kept, I think 3 or 4 people asked about the clear skin specifically. And we figured because we had so many questions for Ask the Nutritionist episode, which is airing December 18th, I'm pretty sure, that we thought we'd give the CSS its entire episode. And to be honest, this wasn't Chris and I's idea. This was actually Paige's idea. So she gets a gold star.
Okay, fine.
Chris is like, where's my gold star today? You got a gold star. We all got a gold star today. Let's just give out all the gold stars. Everyone listening gets a gold star. You get a star, and you get a star, and you get a star. Okay? I'm over it today. All right. So I think this would actually be a really cool episode because we've never really talked in depth about the Clear Skin Solution, what entails, success rates, what do protocols look like, what's a day in the life, can the program help with X, Y, and Z? So I think laying this all out is going to be really, really helpful to a lot of people. So
isn't that kind of bizarre that we have not done that?
I know. When Paige was like, why haven't you guys done this yet? And I was like,
and we're like, oh my gosh, because why is poop green? And why do, you know what I mean? We're so detail oriented. We're like, oh, this is a good one.
And so for those of you that don't know what the Clear Skin Solution is, you're like, I have literally no idea what you're talking about. So how we work with our clients exclusively is through the Clear Skin Solution. We don't do one-off consults or anything like that. We work exclusively in the Clear Skin Solution. It's our 6-month virtual acne nutrition coaching program where you come on in, you get paired with your own acne clearing team, which is a nutritionist, a nutrition assistant, and an esthetician who's following you through the entire 6 months. So your new BFFs, you got them on speed dial and DMs. We're running functional labs. We're building protocols tailored to you. You have group calls. There's community chats. There's a whole lot of stuff included. So that's what it is in a nutshell. Now let's break down some questions we got specifically about the Clear Skin Solution, but we also included some of the questions we get on repeat every single day in our DMs. So I think this will be really helpful. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Question number 1 is, how long will it take to clear my skin in the Clear Skin Solution? This is probably the number one
yours.
question. This is mine.
This is yours.
This is my question. It's the number 1 question we get. And let me take it this way. I'm trying to do this from a numbers perspective. I should have written this down. Okay. So I would say in our because we work with clients as a foundation 6 months, because we built it as 6 months because it takes about 6 months to teach the foundational components to just get the body starting to feel better. So that's why we picked 6 months as the time frame. That doesn't automatically mean it's at the, that's the exact date of 6 months. Your skin is magically clear by that day. It's going to differ from person to person. And I really wish I could rub a magic ball and say, hey, it's going to be on this date, month 4.5, month 6, month 8, whatever that timeline is going to be for you. But we have no idea until we start looking with the client. But let me just say, if we take it from a statistic perspective, about 60 to 65% of clients will clear their skin in that 4.5 to 6 month range. So more than half. Then from there, Chris, we would say another 10 to 15% of people, it's going to take them anywhere from 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, I say the last time we calculated it was like, like I like my numbers. So it was like
She likes to be
7.8.
more yeah.
It was like 7.8% within the next 3 months.
I'm
And
rounding.
then, yeah, I don't round.
Chris, I'm not good at doing public math. I can't be like 7.65 and then another like 12.6. That's why I'm rounding. We're doing rounding.
So yeah, it's codependent. However, this is like the supplement question for me, isn't it? Right? It gets me a little bit riled up. But so yeah, just keep going. I like it.
Okay.
It makes sense.
We like it. It makes
Your
sense.
numbers are right in rounding.
So it's about 65% are in the 4 to 6 month window. Then I would say, the 10 to 15% are going to be in the 6 to 9 month window. And then maybe another 5 to 10% are going to be in the 9 to 12 month window. And then there is I would say 3 to 5% of clients is going to take them like anywhere from 12
just
to
plus
24 months.
I would just say
12 plus. Let's say 12 plus.
Yeah.
Because the longest we've worked with a single client would be 3 years. And she had a lot of underlying things, emotional traumas. She discovered she had autoimmune diseases. Like there was a whole lot going on. And we spent 3 months working with her, 3 years working with her, doing therapeutic protocols, taking gentle breaks, restoring her nervous system. So that would be the longest we've worked with a client. And again, we don't know where you're going to fall until you come in because we don't know what's happening with your body. So did my math all math up? Did it math?
It's mathable.
It mathed. It's mathable. Guys, ratios here. Let me just give you the rounding and the ratios. Okay. So next up, can I use insurance to cover the program costs? So yes and no. It depends on your country you're living in, what your benefits, what your HSA, what all of that would cover. We are registered, like at me, who is the owner of the company, and I'm a registered holistic nutritionist. So we are often covered under nutritional counseling. So we always recommend that you just check in with your benefits, your packages, your HSA, whatever it is, to see if it's covered for you.
We are not well popular with benefit companies, right? Just like a lot of holistic
like Reiki, are not generally.
Reiki, probably not getting it, right? Like energy work, probably not getting it. However, please check because sometimes it just takes a specific code. And yeah, where we can help you out, we absolutely do.
But I should mention, we can't provide like medical diagnosis codes and all of that.
No.
So, yep, that's okay. Next, this is a question for you, Chris.
Okay. What testings are ran in the program? Okay, so
yeah, it's a layered question.
It's a layered question, so I had to stop there. I was like, okay. So 110%, everybody that comes into the Clear Skin Solution, you are going to be hooked up with a hair trace mineral analysis, hands down, first and foremost. Like, here's your present, right? Why? Because micronutrients are at the forefront of everything. They either help with the catabolic, so the breakdown inside the body, or the anabolic, the build up. And without these minerals, guess what? Simply the body doesn't function the best. So why not use the opportunity? And I happen to, I'm under the influence that, minerals and food, they might have something to do together, nutritionists. I'm really big on minerals. And even when I'm teaching, 1000% minerals, because they give us so much information. They even have their own personalities. I mean, if I told you right now that your elevated copper and your PMS and your mood swings, and you could blame it on copper, who's not signing up?
You can blame your minerals. It's not you, it's your minerals.
I know. I tell my daughter all the time. My husband's like, oh, I think it's that. And I said, oh, you think it's copper elevation time? Right? Like we even have him speaking our terms. So that's what's happening with regards to what we run right away. And so that is also what an HTMA is. It is a beauty. And why do we do an HTMA and not a Dutch? We do an HTMA because of the foundation. A Dutch is, and if you've been hanging with us for a while, you'll even know that our pillars do not go sex hormones first.
Never.
Oh, it breaks my heart when people work hard, have a test, and we get to tell them it's gut.
Like so how many Dutches? And
96.7%, actually.
The Dutch is just like, this is gut inflammation. Because
Yeah.
the Dutch can actually show, like, it's not going to be as comprehensive being like, this is what's happening, but it will show there's gut inflammation.
Yeah, since they added a bit of the oat panel, we have certain markers like indicans. So that could be low protein or it could be a gut dysbiosis. Also, neurotransmitters that are housed, if they're wonky donkey, that could be as well, right? So where we do, don't get us wrong, anything functional test, we love, we'll sign up for, we'll do. We even test out like newer, upper-coming companies. Why? Because we want to make sure that we are at the forefront of everything. Why do we stick with the HTMA? It's quite simple. It's low-hanging fruit. It can give us easy direction, 9 months of protocols, easy see if we have things like heavy metals and imbalances of, digestion, all of these things. What do you go after first? That is the key to getting the inflammation lower. Outside of that, my favorite question is, okay, so the other question was, do you offer other testing? Yes. HTMA is provided in the program price. We absolutely host inside the Clear Skin Solution, what we call a nutrition clinic. And yeah, you can go and you can purchase other testing.
GI map, Dutch, oat, Michael Talks. Like,
basically,
if there's a test
anything
that you want, literally, even if it's not in our nutrition clinic and you're like, hey, I heard about this test, what do you think? We are able to go and run any of those labs, but we keep them in our nutrition clinic for current clients in the CSS that want to add on or upgrade, or clients that have graduated and, hey, I want to go and run a mycotox. They come back 6 months later, like, I want to do like a 45-minute follow-up and a test consult. We have those available for current and past clients.
Here's a spoiler alert. Anytime a client is underneath a profile of a coach, which everybody is, when somebody wants to purchase a test, it always has to come to team. So we meet as a team and we review the file because we want to make sure that that test is going to give you the greatest benefits at that time. I mean, it's not about money like that. And that's where we all gel. Like, that's a huge concept. And we always ask the client, what's the expectation out of this test that you want? Because a lot of people will see something or hear something, or Sally's dogs down the street, goldfish, decided to get a Dutch and it sounded really good. Yeah, we love them. However, please, let's get your money working for you and let's get your body system operating so that it's ready to receive this test. My most favorite question.
Oh, I already know what it is.
I'm going to sharpen my teeth. My eye teeth are going. My doctor says that there's no merit. So one, we have a podcast on that. So just
I'm going to link that in the podcast.
We'll get that in. That's all I have to say.
Short
and
answer.
Two, you know what? They're not trained. This is the same practitioner that likely might be telling you your blood labs are normal, but you feel like crap. So I always like to do perspective. And guys, please, 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 this isn't about poo-pooing on the doctors. Okay.
They
legit
absolute place in our society.
There's a place and there's a time, and we should actually be meshing together. That would be a super fantastic Merry Christmas to Chris kind of idea. Outside of that is ask them, oh, there's no, okay, great. And what you know about it. Have you ever done one before or
researched it,
checked
out the
or
science.
What you understand about it, or you know what I mean? And the other thing is when you start asking these questions, that they start getting really irritated, there's your answer, right?
Yeah, and it's not just doctors. Like, we've even had holistic practitioners be like, oh, there's no merit in that. And it just really comes down to the lack of education and lack of training for that individual, because like the clinicians we work with have over 25 years of experience in HTMAs. They seem like such a simple test because, like, what could my hair really tell about me? It can tell you so many things. So I highly recommend, if you want to dig more into that, I linked a podcast in the show notes with one of the clinicians that we work with when it comes to the HTMAs.
And outside of that, I will absolutely go toe to toe with anybody that would love to challenge me on an HTMA.
Chris would love it.
And it's not a combative way. I would go toe to toe because this is an opportunity that for them to elevate. And once they see, go talk to our clients and what they think about the HTMA. They are like, how did you know my personality?
How did you know? Oh my gosh, I'm not. We hear this all the time. Oh my God, I'm not crazy.
Yes.
You're not crazy. It's your minerals.
Exactly.
All right. Next question, Chris. I'm going to ask it to you and you answer it. Okay. Ready?
Oh, okay.
With the holidays coming up, will I still be able to enjoy my holiday meals? Or we could change
Oh.
this to barbecue season, patio season, weddings, vacation,
Birthday. My God. Bar
birthday,
mitzvah. Ingrown
life.
toenail day.
Like literally the entirety. Can I still enjoy X, Y, and Z meal?
This is so my jam. So weekly in the Clear Skin Solution, we run and Ask Me Anything, and I come in and I house. Katie joins us, once a month. We do all this big hoopla stuff. But what do I see here? You know what I see? I see a mindset question. I don't know about you. Do you see that?
Mindset.
Yeah, this is a mindset question. What I want to ask you back is what do you already know about the Clear Skin Solution, or what do you already know about, say, protocols, or what do you already know about eradicating acne that has you already thinking you need to be in deprivation? Am I allowed just to hold there, or do I have to answer that?
I'm going to add a caveat. I'm going to add like a little asterisk note is when it comes to say like holidays, like the Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's season of life, Thanksgiving, it's very rare, in very rare instances, would we ever run a therapeutic protocol over the holiday season, because we're not mean like that. We're not like we're doing an anti-candida protocol and we're starting on Christmas Day. Like we take into consider when we work with the client, one question on our intake form is, do you have any life events coming up? And we strategically plan with the client, these are the holidays. So that way we're able to really morph their time and their journey and protocols with us around what's happening. Especially over the holidays, it's a really great time because we help you really learn that 80-20 approach. We
navigate
teach
the
you
table.
how to navigate. Actually, we have a podcast on it called Navigating the Holiday Table as well.
Oh yeah, we do. I thought I was being clever.
No, it's literally, I'm pretty sure it's called Navigating the Holiday Table.
I was so excited.
But yes, so the long answer for the holiday specific, yes. Long story short, yes, you can still be enjoying your holiday meals. We absolutely help our clients navigate that. And when it comes to any other season of life, we help you navigate that as well. That's why you have a team. That's why you have a coach, because they help you navigate these situations that you're not used to.
And do you see what you're also saying? Help. We don't tell. And you said earlier, you are part of this with your coach. You are making these decisions with your coach. If you are like, listen, I'm going to Hawaii and I'm taking a boat and a ship and I'm going to whatever, right? We're going to, again, navigate the table. We're going to help you select and choose. And we're going to make sure that, yeah, you're running a liver. Can we not doing during the detox? Is this realistic? Because some people are hardcore and they're coming in, they're like, it doesn't matter. I will omit everything in life to have clear skin. Make it happen. Right? And
it depends on the individual.
So yeah, well, we have to meet you where you are. That's all.
Yep.
Okay. I've been talking enough. You have one. Ready?
Do you guarantee I will clear my skin if I join? We cannot offer a guarantee for a number of reasons. One is, while we're giving you the tools and resources and knowledge and protocols, you're the one actually doing it. So we can't guarantee an individual's commitment to following the steps, because we're not at your house. We're not watching you follow what we say. So we don't offer a guarantee that your skin will clear. However, what we do offer is our love it or leave it guarantee. So if you join and within the first 30 days, you feel like you want to know what, this program's just not for me, it's not what I was looking for, we say no problem. We stop any of your future payments. We wish you well on your journey and we send you on your way. So because we really truly want to make sure that you feel in alignment with us in what we're doing, and we need you to be committed, because that's the only way you're going to get results, is if you have the commitment. And we don't want somebody coming in being like, oh, I don't know if this is for me, wishy-washy. So that's why we include our love it or leave it guarantee.
Love it, leave it. I feel like that's like a headline for a dating show.
And honestly, we've been offering this for probably the last quarter, maybe since the end of summer. Mm-hmm. And we've only had one person leave, and it was due to her losing her job.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's nice little assurance. We all like assurance, right?
Yeah, we're fun.
We all like assurance. Now, remember when you were getting your driver's license and you were like crapping your pants. I don't know. There was no other nice way. That's the nicest way. The other one.
I hated going for my license.
Right. But you see what I'm saying? So you're sitting there and you're stressing out and you don't know whatever. And then you get in the car, and then why? Because the end goal is what you want it so bad. So it's so important to you. Mm-hmm. So just having a little assurance, if somebody said, hey, listen, as long as you don't talk to me, you'll pass. Okay. right? Just follow the rules, follow the tools, follow the guidance, and yeah, we're good.
Love it. Okay.
I have a question for you.
Oh.
And let me ask it.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a radio host. How many clients have you worked with? So I'm guessing this is more CSS based, not you personally. However, can I up this?
Absolutely.
Can we go, how many clients have how many clients have we worked with in the Clear Skin Solution? And what about collectively with everybody you have?
Ooh.
How many clients?
Well, that's a lot of people. So within the CSS, we're nearing about 3,000 clients that we've worked with. We look at our stats in January. So we've worked with close to 3,000 people in over 15 different countries. Because while our entire team actually lives in Canada, we work very internationally. The bulk of our clientele comes from the US. There's just a much larger population. We've worked in Dubai, in Mexico, in Ireland, in New Zealand, Australia,
Spain,
India. Yeah. The
Did
UK. Oh, I didn't say India.
Mexico.
Everywhere. We've had a lot of clients.
Don't you wish we could just go visit them all?
I do. I wish I could be like, oh,
we're stopping by your city.
We're stopping by. Hey, let us come hang out with you. I'm sure so many of our clients are like, oh my gosh, yeah, come on in.
Let's just do let's travel and do live podcasts. Who wants to host us?
A live podcast from the beach in Mexico, I'm down for.
Yeah. Okay.
So part 2 to that question is, how many have we worked with overall? Well, before I, had my own company, I was a nutritionist working for other nutritionists, and I worked with close to 1,000 people in that there. So me alone, that's up to close to 4,000. You've probably worked with God knows how many. So, you have to remember, we have a huge coaching team. So the collectiveness of all of our coaches and clinicians, I don't know. What do you think, Chris? That's a huge number.
Yeah.
5,000, 7,000. It's depends on who we include. Do we include our clinicians who have been reviewing labs for 25 years? Because that adds on a whole thousands of more people.
I would say even just our coaches alone.
Just our coaches alone, I would probably put us close to 5,000, I would say.
Yeah.
And that's being conservative.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Because outside of that and the training and everything, yeah, wow. I don't know why I asked that question.
That was a lot of math. I wasn't expecting that.
That was more of a Chris needed to inquire question.
And for our coaches, it's not like they take their designation and they're done. We're constantly up leveling, taking new certification programs, doing new trainings, bringing people in. As things evolve,
you and I did one this year.
We did one this year that was the bane of our existence for the entirety of the year.
I do. I have to have a caveat here. Okay, we're not going to say what it is, but I have to tell people the way the Clear Skin is run compared to what we just. I want to sit down with the owner of this and be like, I want to revamp your system. I want to streamline it, and I want to make you millions of dollars, because this is so mundane. It's so tedious. It's so labor intensive. You know what I mean? It's so I think what we do really well inside the Clear Skin Solution, I'm going to toot our own horn here, is we look at efficiencies. We look at, and everything is customer eccentric. It's almost to pain point customer eccentric.
Yeah.
Right. And guess what? Not everyone's going to come in and love all of us. And some people are going to like the certain coaching styles. And, we're blessed with a bunch of different
personalities. Styles. Your personality is so different from Callie's personality, which is different from Leanna's, which is different from Jenna. And we try our best to match our clients coming in based on their form with the expertise of the individual expertise and in the personality of it. And we do a pretty good job matching the people.
So just being through a program myself where I'm
Chris got so frustrated. She's like,
and it wasn't one time. And I do have a high expectation level when it comes to customer delivery.
Chris is like, why would it be done like this? I'm like, I don't know. This is giving me anxiety.
I'm like, oh, why are we retyping? Why are we doing this? However, here is the opportunity. We took all the opportunities. We went through our entire program and tightened up a little bit of those tiny little holes. So that was the opportunity. So we can look at it and be like, oh, you know what? I wasn't really in love with this and I didn't like this. And we can spend all our energy there. Or we're like, hey, wait a minute. Let's do a quick swoop in one of our meetings. And so, you know what? That was a bonus.
That was a bonus. All right. This is a Chris question.
Okay.
Because you
It's
have
going
to
to be a geeky question.
I think what's I should say is, from the outward facing, it looks like, oh, it's Katie and like Chris and maybe Paige help in the background. We have a team of over 20 that help us run the show. I like to say I'm the dancing monkey that pays all the bills, because I do all of the reels and the fun writing and I pay all of the things and do all of that. I'm the dancing monkey. So behind the scenes, of course, we have Paige that's like overseeing everything. Like, she's the gatekeeper there. We have a full-blown coaching staff. We have social media agency. Like, we have I also work with another probably 24 consultants, whether it's lawyers, HR. Like, we're a very large company.
Doctors,
clinicians. You name it. Like, we are a full-blown company. It's not just, hey, like, we're doing these consults on the side. Like, we really have a very large team, and we are like a full-blown company behind the scenes with meetings and annual planning and budgeting and accountants, like all of the things. So I just really want to, I just want to give credit to the entire team behind, because I would never want people to think, oh my gosh, look at all the things Katie's doing on her own. We have a really big team that helps keep this company running.
Yeah. At the level that it is, there's no way.
There's no way.
So
I would have gone crazy a long time ago.
Okay, so I see this next question now.
Yeah, okay.
So
I'm excited for this question.
This is like program question. So I'm down.
This is so Krista is the programming. I do like front facing business marketing. That's my role in the company.
And then
because I don't take
the
clients
bubble
anymore.
gum that puts make sure that the boat is afloat.
We call her the motivational quote of the day calendar. That's what Paige is. She's like our positive Pam, bubblegum poppin'. And you want to know what? Caitlin's on that boat as well. Our assistant Caitlin. She's also on the boat with Paige. So
yeah, sometimes Katie and I have to ignore them.
I know, because we're having a day. But so I actually don't take clients anymore, because I just, as much as I love working with clients, I so fell in love with the business side of the company. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I obsess over. And Chris is like, I do need to toot Chris's horn, because like, you're such a powerhouse of a brain when it comes to protocols and coaching and structure and strategy. So that's really where you shine. So this is why this question's for you.
Okay. So let me read it then. Let's get there. What is a protocol? Okay. Yeah, that is. Okay. So what type of protocols do you use in the program? So we got a 2-1. Really, a protocol, it's kind of like what I envision, or when we're even talking to, like Katie said, I love coaching coaches. Like, it's my jam.
She loves it.
Right? I love elevating them. I love giving them opportunity. If you're going to think in the box, please never apply here. Right? Because I want an outward box, right? Don't stay in that box. You're special. Get out of the box. So a protocol is basically a step-by-step plan. It's going to be designed specifically for you, right? So think lifestyle tweaks, habit changes. Really what we're going to do is we're going to do targeted, like my words, very specific about words, targeted strategies. So it's going to help you tackle your specific health concerns. We are the tool. Let's talk about how many clients we've had. Let's collectively put all of our money in that we've spent on education. Like, I think we own an island. We own an island. Right? So here's kind of an example of that protocol. So if somebody has SIBO, your protocol is definitely going to be specific gut support in a very specific manner to get down the bloat, because nobody likes bloating.
Nobody likes to look 6 months pregnant.
Things people don't think about, but we do, is latex allergy. So we have to ditch those foods. So you know how many people that they're like, what do you mean there's food? Oh no, there's foods. Right? What about clients that come in pretty common with acne, constant sinus infections? So we might have to go, yeah, exactly. Histamine. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to build the protocol around a client's medical history, test results, current concerns. Why? Because we need you feeling your best. And if we just look at it as a one thing or follow your symptoms, yeah, well, go read Hansel and Gretel and let me know how that works for you.
And I should say whenever it comes to any one of these protocols, we build protocols in 3 parts: nutrition, supplementation, lifestyle habits. Those are the 3 things that go together to create a full protocol, because supplements alone, not a protocol. Lifestyle habits alone, not a protocol. Nutrition alone, not a protocol. All 3 of these things need to be together for a true protocol, which is, like Chris said, tailored to your medical history, test results, and your current concerns.
It's a must, right?
Must.
And then the other question here, let me just grab this one, Katie, because it's kind of interconnected. It says, do I need to come off birth control, antibiotics, Accutane, spironolactone, antidepressants, whatever? We're going to meet here. This is the big one. This is why. And when people say, what makes you different? Well, we know why we're different. I can't answer what makes me not normal, right?
Have you met Chris before? Have you
quote
met Chris Brown before?
Like, I'm just saying.
You're a unique human.
We are. Your entire team is unique, and that's what it works so well. So we meet you where you are. We will never ask you to come off anything.
It's outside of our scope of practice. We legally can't.
Well, that's one. And we definitely like the law. 2,
prefer to stay within it.
We will educate you if you want the information. We will help you form questions for your doctor so that when you go, you can get an educated response. We will ask you a series of questions because guess why? Because if you want to come off birth control, it's in our intake. Are you on pharmaceuticals? Do you want to come off? Yes or no? If you want to come off, what is your plan? Not what is our plan. Will it, the next one, and this isn't on here, but will it alter my progress? Who knows? We're not even there yet. Let's get started first.
So the long story short is no, we don't require any clients to come off their medications when we work with them, ever. That is up to you in a discussion that you have with your doctor. We will always provide you with any information that you ask on, maybe the pros and cons, because we truly believe in like, you need to be informed with your medical health. Yes. And we have clients who who come in taking Accutane, who stay on their spironolactone, who decide that, I'm going to stay on my birth control, who have to stay on their antidepressants. We would never say, oh my gosh, we're not going to work with you. We take that into consideration when we're running your labs, when they're being interpreted, when we're putting together your protocols. All of these things get taken into consideration. So it is totally up to the individual. We do have and we should say we have many clients who successfully come off of their, spironolactane and their antidepressants while working with us under the guidance of their medical practitioner.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, be informed, right? We love the education process, and we're not sending you into the wolves. We're not sending you into the doctor going, here's your list of questions and you demand. No, it's what we'll do is we'll even take a blood lab and we will say, you know what? High DHEAS could be contributed to the following. This is how it affects the body system. Here's some additional labs you may want to request. This opens up conversation for the doctor. Education is key. Normal doesn't exist. So just remember that.
Okay, next question. This is a HTMA question.
Oh.
All for you.
What do I do if I have color? Oh, if you have color treated hair, I almost didn't say that because see how my brain started processing that already. If you have color treated hair for an HTMA, you don't worry about it. You get in, we instruct you when to collect. We can still proceed without an HTMA, believe it or not. So we're pretty jamming. We just love the HTMA because again, it's that low hanging fruit and it elevates us quick. Outside of that, you still collect it, you still submit it. There's a requisition form. You announce the color, not the actual color, but you announce the treatment date and what you did. And you know what? We go from there. We take it into consideration when we build out your nutritional profile.
Not only does the lab take into consideration when they're testing, but also the licensed clinician that we have interpreting your test, like we said, has 25 years of, all of them have 25 years of experience interpreting. So they know what to look for. If they're like, oh, this person's color treated hair, it's actually going to throw this off. So like, we'll take that into consideration.
And outside of that, also remember, we've been in this realm a long time. So for us, when we get in and have your nutritional consults and everything, we also learn as we go. We learn what these minerals do. We understand, right? And that's how we can get in with the food so well. That's how we can supply recommendations for key targeted supplementation. So just remember, like it's, again, tool. That's all. Okay. You got to take a turn.
Okay. I'm going to take a turn. What is the success rate of the clear skin solution?
Oh yeah. This is a Katie question.
I'm taking this in two parts. We're taking this in a stats part and another way. So when we look at the success rate, we have to remember, like, we have worked with thousands of people around the world. And there's always going to be that, small percentage of people that come in, the program's not for them. They don't like how it's run. They don't, some people will make excuses of like, they're throwing up we're like, hey, let's do this. They're like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? So if they're very combative, we've had clients who refuse to follow any of our recommendations. Clients that are, working with multiple practitioners. So they're getting multiple pieces of advices and they're never sticking to one thing. We're, giving them a protocol and they're like, oh, well, I added these 4 supplements in because I saw it on Instagram. Like there's this whole, like small percentage or bucket of people that I'm not including in this, where like they start and then they quit and they ghost us and we don't see them ever again.
It's too bad, really.
It's too bad, right? So there's always going to be a group of people that the program just wasn't for them for whatever reason. Like we are a company doing business on the planet Earth. There is always going to be someone.
Have you ever bought a shirt and thought, what was I thinking in the store? Right?
Like there's always going to be that handful of people that just weren't happy with their whatever that is. So I'm not including them in this. I'm including the people that have successfully gone through the program, completed their protocols. And that's not to say that you need to be, happy dory all of the time. Like we understand this as a journey, and there's going to be, emotions that come along with it, mindset shifts, and oh my gosh, is this going to work for me? Oh my gosh, I had a flare. Like that's all part of the journey. That's what we're here for. So that gets included in a successful completion of the program, they've run the protocols, they've done all of that. So those that have successfully completed the program, our success rate it depends on the quarter. We run our stats at the end of the year, can be anywhere, like Chris wants me to be more specific. So like 88.45 to about, 93.75 over the last year, depending on the quarter of where it is. Of the people that have successfully completed the program. And you have to remember, we don't just stop working with clients at 6 months. At the end of 6 months, if a client still wants to continue on because they have, like we talked at the beginning, they haven't reached their clear skin goals yet and they want to stick around, we have a bunch of continuation options available for them so we can continue to support them on their journey.
I love how that last part was la 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 la. You're just like, yeah, pretty much. Bam. There we go. All right. So the next question is, so will I need to seriously restrict my diet?
Oh, no, we missed one.
Oh, did we?
What type of commitment is required? So when it comes to the type of commitment, we have to remember a few things, that healing isn't linear. You're not going to come in and then, you take a probiotic or an enzyme and you start eating anti-inflammatory and your skin's going to be looking amazing in 4 weeks. You're not going to be seeing many gains in the first 4 to 6 weeks. I'm going to tell you that straight. I will always lead with transparency.
Hold on. As a caveat, she does say that, but then we do have clients that in 2 weeks have like glowing skin and they rock it up for the next 6 months. So
it does happen.
I mean, it's a smaller minority for sure.
Mm-hmm.
However, I just have to say, like, if we're going to go and poo-poo on some of the other stuff, we have to say we do also get a 2 week.
We do.
A 4 week,
yeah, that's
right?
true. We do get some lovely people that their skin starts looking amazing the first few weeks and then they sail through and everything looks amazing. For the majority of our clients, you're not going to come in and get amazing results in the first 4 to 6 weeks because there's so much that needs to be fixed. It's almost like, an athlete starting to learn to play, soccer or whatever the sport is. And they're like, well, how come I'm not getting scouted for the Olympics in my first year, like in my first 4 months? It doesn't work like that. You need to build the skill. You need to prepare the body. So making sure you're committed to the process, like coming in with the mindset of, okay, this is not going to be linear. There could be ups and downs. I may have flares of my symptoms. I may have flares of new symptoms. It's going to be challenging. There's, I may have to shift my mindset. Like there's things that have to go down because you are really not only you're working on your skin, but you're transforming your health and your body and your mindset and your emotional and mental well-being as well. So you have to come in with the mindset of this is going to take work. This is going to take focus. This is going to take commitment because that acne clearing trifecta is time, patience, and consistency.
Oh, I like it. It's like has its own tag.
That's my tag. That's my tag. Acne clearing trifecta, time, patience, consistency.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what you got to do.
I like it.
Yeah. And it's not like we're saying you need to be perfect every second of the day because we understand you're human. We would never expect a client to be perfect. Again, that's why we're here to hold your hand and guide you back on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Now you can go to your restriction question.
Okay. Let me go to my restriction question. So, will I need to I like how it's written. So, I will need to seriously restrict my diet for 6 months. Okay. Mindset again, but hang, I'll
Mindset.
still answer this. Again, this is the word restriction. I would have to ask back, what and how are you currently eating now? Because if I'm asking you, say, to remove wine that you have every night to unwind, that is going to feel like a restriction. However, what we do is we don't restrict. Now, granted, therapeutic protocol is very specific. So you might not be eating a certain way. It's what we do for now, not forever. And when it comes to restriction, we love to do this first. We want you to eat more. We want to balance proteins, fats, and fibers. We want to load your body with what? Micro minerals.
Can I add one thing to that? I have my hand raised.
Well, I can't see it because I have you just as a small nugget, but I
have
saw
my hand
this.
raised. Let me add one little like post-it note asterisk onto that is how we run the program is we like to give you a sandwich, right? Where the bread on the outside, so at the beginning of your time with us and the end of your time with us, this is going to be more anti-inflammatory, 80-20, teaching you about balance, stable blood sugar, digestion, all of those wonderful things. And then in the center of the sandwich, the meat of it, that bulk of it, that's where we're going to be doing the therapeutic protocols. That's all I wanted to add. That's it.
Okay. So exactly. So restrictions, yeah, we can look at it like that. And that's going to equal deprivation. Or one, we assess where you are. We meet you where we are. We get you eating more. We try and get more minerals in so the body doesn't have to have like an inflammatory burden. And then we build on from there. So is there some restrictions? Sure, but it depends on where you're coming in. I have other clients come in and they're like, "Oh, this is easy. I've been eating like this." I say, "Fantastic." So there was a second part of the question. I just think it kind of rolls up here. It says, "Will you be able to tell me in the program what I should avoid and what I should eat?" 100%. If you are on any protocol, even including your initial, we start you off with pantry swaps. We don't know. Right? We don't know how long you've been fully immersed into this. You come to Katie's house, you come to my house. Our pantries are going to look different than 99% of the people coming in. Right? So we need to work with that. Outside of that is every single protocol has a list of foods to enjoy. Ones we're going to consider omitting. If there's timelines around that, we'll tell you exactly when they come out, when they come back in, how they come back in, at what amounts they come back in. There's meal plans provided. You do not do this alone, right? You cannot do this alone. We already know this. And just here, I'll grab this one here, Katie, and then I think you can jump in just because I'm on a roll. So what if you cannot find my root cause with testing? This makes me want to claw my eyes out. Not because of the person. The why is because everybody is like root cause. Root cause is almost like a coin word now.
I know. I know where you're going with this because I agree.
It's a shine. Please get that actually out of your head now. And don't get me wrong. Even a year ago, we probably said root cause, right? However, this is now, you need to find your root cause and you need to yeah, I get it. However, I think we've advanced now through everything we've been doing in elevation and research and working with clients that why don't we take the opportunity to find the stressors to reduce the pressure on the body system? Because it's not about one thing. I can guarantee you, it is not one thing in your body that is creating acne. So I can't tell you, please go do this and everything's better. It's a cascade effect, and it's the amount of years and compounded with everything, Katie talked about. So if we can't find the root cause, we will not find the root cause. That is pretty simple. We will not find that one magic nugget, golden nugget that you're going to cash in and have clear skin. What we're going to do is we're going to find many opportunities of those stressors that is perpetuating into the inflammation that's giving you those nasty signs and symptoms. And, our end goal is we always want to put a blocker between the disease, disorder, and illness. That's our goal in life. So that's what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to help you find the root or the cascading compound issues, that chaos. so that you can start feeling better. Doesn't that sound even easier, actually?
Yeah, because when it comes to testing, like, yeah, I'm trying to move more away from the root cause because I think that gives people, they're like, oh no, you're going to be able to pinpoint and say 76% of my acne is coming from this, 24% is coming from that. Whereas what we can do with testing is we're looking at the imbalances within the body and the opportunities that the body has to self heal. So while we can be finding, oh yeah, there's a gut dysbiosis that can be contributing, this is contributing, that's contributing. We have all of these contributors to your acne. So while we may never be able to write down and say, hey, your root cause was 75% this, 25% that, we're still able to work on the imbalances within the body and clearing up the root cause without ever truly being able to say, oh, it was 100% this. Does that make sense? Did I explain that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. Contributors to the chaos. I like that one.
What does a day in the life look like? That's fun. So a day in the life of a client is going to look different for everybody, right? Because it depends where they're at and what they're doing. But some things that our clients are going to be doing while they're with us is, they can be like in the beginning, we have them doing food journals. So we can be seeing like, what are they eating? That way we're able to meet them where they're at. So like, okay, we need to be balancing blood sugar here. We need to be optimizing your digestion. Let's try this food. Let's try that. What's our water intake?
Are you pooping?
Are you pooping? Because we want you to be including things like that. So maybe you're journaling a little bit in the beginning. You get DM access to your nutritionist, nutrition assistant. So maybe you got a question for them. You're sending them a DM in there. You're getting it answered. There's a community chat. So, I actually really love the community chat for our clients because they get to connect with other women in the program that are on the same journey, have the same thoughts and fears and wants and all of these things, that truly understand what they're going through, but that are also there to cheer them on. Like, we have so many wonderful clients that are in there being like, you guys are doing amazing. Like, especially a couple clients where they're at the end of their journey, they're like, clear skin is possible. Like, look at my skin. I never thought this would be me. So I love seeing the camaraderie in there. So maybe, you're in the group there. Maybe it's one of the days of the week where there's a group coaching call. So whether it's with Chris and like Chris said, I attend once a month. So you can attend one-on-one FaceTime with us, with our esthetician. Maybe you're doing a one-on-one call with your nutritionist to review like your protocols or looking at your test results. It really depends on the day, and we're here for all of it. Like, we really are your new BFFs.
Do you want my address? You can send the Christmas present now. Yeah, it's true. And it really does depend, because what even with acne, you have good days, you have bad days. And what that means is you have days where you get up and no matter what stands in your way, you face it head on. And then there's other days, and your skin can even be looking better on the bad day. It doesn't matter because you're in a bad day, right? So just we need to watch, we need to go with the flow, and we need to be pulling out these mindset contributors so that we can look at, again, contributor, right?
Because we're here for it all. We're here for the good and the bad, right? You're not always going to have a good day. And I love seeing the messages from the clients when they're done with us. They're like, oh my God, thank you so much to Leanna, to Jenna, to whoever their coach and their team was. Like, I'm so thankful that I had you, and thank you so much for sticking with me even when I, had a bad day. Even when I yelled at you.
Even when I yelled at you, and I was so mad, and now I understand your response. It wasn't the one I wanted to hear, but thank you for your transparency.
We'll never tell you what you want to hear. We'll tell you what you need to hear.
Yeah. And I mean, that doesn't mean that we're just going to be ripping the Band-Aid off all the time. Like, there's certain times to rip it off, and there's certain times to go with compassion. So,
All right, couple more questions.
Right. So, can this program help with eczema, rosacea,
periodontitis,
gut issues,
painful periods, endometriosis, PCOS, thyroid? Insert your issue here.
Hair loss, cold sores,
bloat, fatigue,
raging yeast infections. Why?
We've seen it all.
Is because where we are acne is a symptom. And that symptom's not alone. I can guarantee you
the symptom's not alone. Your PMS, like 100%. Symptom. Your bloat, symptom. Constipation, symptom. Low energy, symptom. Symptom.
Purple lips, flushed cheeks,
dark circles, thinning hair.
Yeah, like just like drying elbows, right? Bad breath, Let me tell you, the list can go on. You bring me a symptom and I will tell you, absolutely, this is part of that path.
Like we've had clients with all of these issues. And we actually on both our website, we have the blogs, but on YouTube, we have an entire playlist of um, client client journeys in their own words. I love when I get to interview clients
Mhm.
and we put together their video journey for them. So I'll go and link the YouTube playlist to that so you can go and see, because some of these clients have had IBS, had PCOS, had rosacea, had PD, and they talk about it in there.
And the other thing, just so everybody knows, why Katie has these interviews is that feedback came from a client.
Oh yeah. A client asked, like, I would love to hear it in their own
We love
words.
feedback. Just like I want to give my feedback of said program, we love the feedback, because guess what? Even though somebody may not have liked something, again, do we have an opportunity for elevation?
Mhm.
Right? So that's how we look at it now.
Absolutely. So, and we also have all of our podcasts. So if you want to, again, hear more in depth, a true client journey of the mindset shifts, the things they've
Yeah, get in there.
experienced, I think we have about 12 of them now.
Do
So,
we really?
I think we have about 12, but they're called
Wow.
Real Skin, Real Journeys.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll see if I can search it and I'll add it to the show notes as well.
Okay, so this one is a good one for you.
Ooh,
What about when people have concerns about working with other functional medicine practitioners
nutrition
and
practitioners, coaches with
yeah, and
all the things.
how the clear skin solution will be the one to get them the clear skin?
Mhm. So I
I'm
never wanna
glad this
bash
is
any,
yours.
yeah, I know, because this I would never wanna bash anybody else, because I think, everybody has their place and their knowledge and their experience, and I truly think that even if you've worked with a practitioner before and you didn't get your skin cleared up yet, it wasn't for nothing, because you were still able to start balancing your body systems. Maybe, you learned how to eat a little bit better, you got more nutrition in there, so I never want you to think that it was all for nothing, because you got something out of it. It may not just have been what the goal that you were going in for, right? And it could be things that you're not even seeing. It's like, oh, well, I was able to start getting my liver working a little bit better, but I didn't physically see that on the outside. So always take that approach. Then let me talk from what we do a little bit different. So when it comes to acne, it's very nuanced, very multi-layered, multifaceted, very complex. And if you don't specialize in acne, where you're taking more of a general approach, you may not understand all of those nuances and the different things that go into addressing acne. And so for us, this is why we developed the 5 acne clearing pillars of gut health, detoxification, hormonal balance, emotional well-being, and nourishing skincare. These are the 5 things that we work on with every client. And I also like to refer to these as the umbrellas, because gut health is an umbrella. It's not like, oh, we just work on your gut health. Is it that you need to work on your low stomach acid, your low digestive function, your candida overgrowth, your SIBO? Like there's your leaky gut. There's so many little raindrops under that umbrella that need to be looked at individually. So it's about being able to look at the functional labs, the results alongside those pillars to determine what of those little raindrops need to be put into protocols for you. And then that's when we really tailor it to the individual. Because if you don't have testing, and I should say, if you don't have testing, you don't have somebody that's highly trained in these tests and the complexities of them, that's where we're not going to get the results that we want. Because as we mentioned, we work with licensed clinicians who interpret the tests, we build out these protocols. And I would really say what sets us apart is just the experience of our team, because we have a huge, like, our coaching staff of, I believe we're up to like 8 or 10 now, plus we have the licensed clinicians, decades of combined experience for a nutritionist. The clinicians interpreting these test results have like over 25 years of experience that they're bringing to the table as well. So I can truly say that what sets us apart is our knowledge in that respect as well. And we're actually the largest acne focused nutrition coaching company in the world, period. Like, we have a huge team, we have a
Period.
massive client base, we work all over the world. So yeah, I would say that's what kind of sets us apart from other approaches you've taken.
I've seen that other people claim that and stuff like that, but just do your research. It's easy to see that
How many
there
clients have
is
you worked with? How many countries have you
there
worked
is a
in?
leadership.
how many
board
years
for
of
sure.
experience, how many people are on your team. And what I really love is that collaborative team atmosphere where it's not just one person looking at your file. Like we have weekly coaching meetings where we bring the files, Chris and I are there, we're looking at them with the entire team. So you have like 8 brains looking at this one individual file, whether it's the nutritionists, it's the estheticians, it's the naturopaths, it's the clinicians. There's an entire team behind looking at your file. That's where the magic happens.
And I don't like not to know.
Chris will
I will dig to the end of the earth. I will dig to China if I will swim in the ocean with a shark to get the answer.
Chris needs to know with her brain. And to be honest, Chris has one of
That's
like
kind of a problem.
I've worked with and know a lot of people in this industry, very, very smart people with whether they're huge following, small people, very intelligent. And I can say Chris is definitely one of the most intelligent, and her brain actually impresses me every day. Your brain truly impresses me every day.
Next question.
She hates when I do this. She hates these compliments, but I had to give it out there.
Okay, so that one was answered good and realistic, and I like it. So what we get a lot, either if people reach out, because sometimes people somehow find us, or even send me a random IG or something like that, and it
Just know
like,
she's not going to answer because she doesn't go on.
Chris
doesn't check her social media.
I'm not ignoring
Don't
you.
bother.
I really appreciate everybody reaching out. It's just I needed to take a break, and this time of not so
You need something,
greatness.
come to me. We'll ask Chris.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, this one, I guarantee you everybody gets, like Paige, Caitlin, everything, social media,
Mhm.
you. How does someone get started so they can stop the breakouts? It's almost
Mhm.
like verbatim. That is
Mhm.
the comment constantly. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
done with the breakouts. How do I get started?
As we've been talking about, the way we work with our clients is in the clear skin solution, because this is how we get the best results. We're able to give you, the one-on-one consultations, the testing, the support that you need, because so often, you go to the dermatologist, you go somewhere and you ask a question and then they send you on your way, and like 6-12 months goes by and, you haven't booked another call and you fall off the bandwagon, and all of these things happen. So this is where we see really the magic does happen, is having someone there holding your hand, right? Because you're getting that, personal acne clearing team of the nutritionist, the nutrition assistant, the licensed esthetician. You get access to our client portal where you're going to be able to have your DM access. All of your files are housed there, your protocols, your progress photos, your test results, the
Anything
program.
from
We didn't even talk
past.
about the program content hub. Like we have like a massive
We forget
program
about that.
content hub where there's, lessons, not only the lessons that clients can go through, but if a client's like, hey, I have bacterial vaginosis, what do you got on that? And we're like, oh, well, we have a publication on that. We have a document on that. We have this on that. We literally have a resource for any possible thing you could ask for.
And if we don't,
we'll make you one.
We will create one.
We'll create one for you.
It's that simple.
Like we have probably at this point thousands of recipes available for every eating lifestyle out there: omnivore, vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian, low like you name an eating style, we got recipes for it, and every other cooking available as well. We also do like a personalized onboarding, so you get started, you come in, you get to meet with Paige or Caitlin, who is going to walk you through, make sure you're fully set up, all your questions are answered. You get 5 private consultations over the 6 months with us, so 4 nutrition consultations with your nutritionist, plus you're getting a skincare consultation with our licensed esthetician, who is amazing. And then we also have weekly group coaching calls. So Chris holds and asks me anything every single week. Bring your stuff. She's going to answer it.
We get some doozies.
We get some good ones.
They're all out there. It doesn't matter.
And I'm on that once a month. So you kind of get to hang out. It's basically hanging out with Chris and I on the podcast once a month. Sure. Our esthetician is also hosting weekly calls. So that way you can bring your skincare questions there. We have a monthly mindset call with an incredible mindset coach as well. And then there's that community support, right? So we have our like we talked about the community chat group where you're in there like motivating and being with each other. And then we also provide all of our clients with a discount. Any of clients in North America, UK, and Australia, a discount on practitioner grade supplements, all drop shipped to your door. If you're outside of those areas, don't worry. We have lots of supplement places that we're able to utilize no matter where you are in the world. And then, of course, you get that hair trace mineral analysis, which is interpreted by a licensed clinician as well. So that's how you work with us in the 6 months, and we do have continuation options available for clients after the 6 months, whether they still want to work more on their skin goals or they're like, oh my gosh, my skin's amazing, now I want to optimize this. You can hang out with us for as long as you want.
So you don't kick people out?
We never do. No,
Okay.
We still have clients. We still have clients from 2020 that are hanging out with us.
Yeah, there's still a couple.
They're still here. They're still here.
Just
I
for
love
the
it.
info. Just for the info.
They're like,
right?
we just want to be here for the info. We love this so much.
it's neat.
I love having you in my back pocket. So so if you do want to work with us, what we recommend is you apply to work with us. We do have an application because, we want to make sure that you're committed, you're a good fit for us, we're a good fit for you. So how it works is you fill out the application form. If you're a good fit, you're able to book a 25-minute call with one of our acne advisors. And what I love about this is most of our acne advisors are former clients. So that's really cool. Where you can go and they're really going to talk to you on like, okay, what's going on with your skin? Like, what are your goals here? And truly like, what is the best next steps for you? And if that is working with us in the Clear Skin Solution, amazing. We're going to lay out what that looks like for you. If it's not, we will always refer you to another resource, wherever your best next step is. We truly want to make sure that that's where you go. And I'm going to make sure I put the link for that in the show notes. Is that it?
Yeah, I feel like we need like music at this point.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, so it's a lot of resource. And what it is it's everybody, it's Katie's vision. And then everybody is pitching in to create an up level, which is nice, right? So even just like we say, clients, please provide us feedback. We say, coaches, please give us feedback. Mm-hmm. What do you want to see here? What do you want to see there? And we get working on it. Like, how awesome is that?
Yeah. We got big goals coming up, you guys. Big goals, big plans, big moves are being made.
I say Katie's vision, right? Just as
you say Katie's vision, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. Chris and Paige and Caitlin. And I reference Chris, Paige, and Caitlin because the four of us, we work more of like the scaling and the growth and the strategy and the business development. So the four of us do a lot of that behind the scenes. And I always tell them to put their 5-point harness on.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm getting a Amazon delivery today for a helmet. So
5-point harness, helmet. That's what we need. Buckle up.
So everybody just go get your elbow and knee pads. If you want to come hang with us in the Clear Skin Solution, sign up, do whatever it is you need to do. You do not need to live with acne, but that's the big mission statement. Okay.
Love it. All right, guys. See you next week on the Clear Skin Chronicles. Thanks for hanging out with us this week on the Clear Skin Chronicles. We'll see you next Wednesday with a brand new episode. Remember to subscribe to the show and drop us a review. Sending glowing vibes your way, Katie and Chris.